Hey everybody, this is McKee and Mo, formerly Silver Shadow V1. As you can see, this is Solo, a Star Wars story on Blu-ray. I will be doing an uncasing and a movie review, my personal thoughts and opinion. So, as you can see, this stars Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm terribly sorry, Alden. Woody Harrelson, Emilia Clarke, Donald Glover, Thandie Newton, and Paul Bettany. So you can see it has a pretty good, solid cast. It has over an hour of bonus features, which I will read off. Okay, so as you can see, the characters kind of pop out a little bit, which is actually surprisingly showing up pretty well on the camera right now. In the background is the Millennium Falcon. It's pretty untraditional from regular Star Wars cases. Usually they have all the characters on the front, and they're, well, if anyone who's a Star Wars fan has seen a Star Wars case, and they usually are a little different than this, but that's not to say it isn't that bad. Those of you who don't know, this is directed by Ron Howard. It had a lot of production problems in the process. It was originally set to be directed by someone else. He had finished most of the project, and then when he turned in what he had, the studio decided to fire him. They hired Ron Howard to finish and reshoot some of the scenes that needed to be redone. So that is possibly why this movie didn't do as good as even The Last Jedi, which was probably one of the most split decisions in Star Wars history. So, let's take off this. I'll show the back real quick. Here it is. The back says, "Buckle up for the ride of your life aboard the Millennium Falcon." Through a series of daring escapades, Han Solo befriends his mighty future co-pilot Chewbacca, forging a bond that will alter the fate of the galaxy. Director Ron Howard helms this epic action adventure written by Jonathan and Lawrence Kasdan that makes the jump to light speed and doesn't slow down, says Ash Corson from ET Online. Alright, so that's the back. It's rated PG-13, and I believe the movie's 135 minutes. So there's the back. Let's take off the paper case. I'm sorry. And there it is in all its pristine glory on Blu-ray. And there's the back. Alright, so open it up. And there is the Disney Rewards theme with the code on it. And then here is the bonus disc for all the special features on it, which I'll list off here in a moment. And there's the movie itself. Now, as for the special features, they include 8 deleted scenes, Solo, the director and cast roundtable, becoming a droid L337, meet the newest droid and the woman behind its weary humor. Into the Maelstrom, the Kessel Run. Join Han and Chewie at the controls of the Millennium Falcon for the first time, remaking the Millennium Falcon. Get the lowdown on the most famous ship in the galaxy. Kasdan on Kasdan. Iconic Star Wars writer Lawrence Kasdan and his son Jonathan Kasdan share what it was like to write this film together. Teen Chewie, see what it takes to bring your favorite Wookiee to life, and more special features. As for the special features, they were all actually pretty interesting. There was a lot of things I didn't know about the Millennium Falcon. A lot of it was actually pulled straight from the original set of The Force Awakens, and then they added on to make it look more newer and fit Lando's personality and what the ship would look like when he owned it. And by the way, the performance that Donald Glover gives as Lando Calrissian is beautiful. I couldn't have picked a better actor myself. So, as for the movie itself, I have to say, I don't think this movie really knew what it was. It doesn't help that 2 directors kind of had their hands on the wheel at 2 different times. There are scenes in it that are pretty cool. When Han and Chewie meet, that was a really neat scene. when they introduced Lando is pretty cool. All the scenes with Lando are good. Unfortunately, Emilia Clarke's part, in my opinion, didn't get that much glory in the movie, and they kind of play her off like she's supposed to be important in the film, which I feel like in an original script she probably was. But in the after product, it kind of just felt like a waste of time, her story. Woody Harrelson's in it, kinda. His character is kind of supposed to be like Solo's mentor, the person he looked up to, and there's a droid, a new one, and it's always cool to meet new droids, and this one had a pretty sassy and fun personality, but doesn't get much screen time, which was kind of sad. It's actually a character I would have liked to have seen more. It really was just a bunch of different adventures through Han and Chewie, and there is a story, but not one you truly care about. So, in my opinion, this movie was not as good as most Star Wars movies. Now, nothing will be as bad as The Phantom Menace, but it's definitely the worst out of the new movies that have been coming out. And that is a shame, considering, in my opinion, they were on a good roll. So, I would give Solo: A Star Wars Story probably 4 out of 10. I recommend going and seeing it because it is a Star Wars movie, and if you're a Star Wars fan, well, there's just no choice. No matter, you have to see it. It's a Star Wars movie.